Let's press record. So the first thing that we are going over today is the creator incentive program. Now, after the creator incentive program talk that we have here, this talk about it involves, a bit of, one individual's rates ish, but it's not really a rate. I'll talk about it. We're going to break it down, how it works, stuff like that. And then after the creator incentive program and the income and the rate and stuff like that, we will go ahead and talk about Kick 2.0 and just a tiny bit of information we have regarding it, as well as some leaks, or not leaks, but not leaks, responses to Kick lately. So yeah, you're 20 indeed. Yo, Art Man, good to see you, brother man. I was in your stream last night, chilling for a second. Let's get started here and go on over to here. Let me make sure, press a gajillion buttons here to make sure everything's all set. And let's go over here, make sure I'm not a noob streamer, and I'm not. So if you've been on Twitter lately at all, you may have probably seen these, oh, my first stream with the creator incentive program was amazing, or it's a big W, whatever. You may have seen those posts all over the place on Twitter. And why is that? Well, you've seen those posts because, well, a lot of the phase 2 or phase 3 creators, something like that, got they're out of their contracts now. Their contracts ended and they got moved into the creator incentive program. Okay. So that's why you see a lot of new people coming into the stream, right? Or into the thing. You know what I mean? So that is what's going on there. Okay. Their contracts ended and they are in the program now. All right. So that's what's going on there. Okay. That's what's going on there. But then we have some people starting to talk about it. All right. So I got into Kick at a good time. It's still now that big yet. Not that big yet, but getting bigger and bigger. Yeah, we'll talk about that a little bit. Strokes, you're welcome back. Lewis, welcome to the stream. So we have my latest going live post, right? My latest going live post. Vegas, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Welcome in. And this person here is just, honestly, it's just like a troll account for Kick, but does end up tagging me in some good post that I like to talk about. So we have them tagging me here and responding saying, are you hearing that the pay numbers for KCIP are about like this as well? Question mark, question mark, question mark. If you point me to a spot in your VOD where you cover it, then I will watch it, which obviously, again, this person frequents the stream. They're in the stream a bunch. And they go over my news in the morning. And I always, if you're interested about my news and information regarding Kick and stuff, all that can be found over there on my Vods channel. I talk about it all. So if you want to hear my reaction to something Kick related, it's over there on my Vods channel 100% at some point. But anyways, and quotes a tweet here by Laura the Explorer. And this stems from a bigger tweet from BB Jess. VOD channel, yes. I have a VOD channel that has selective VOD archives. So if there's something specific you're looking for, you can go to my VOD channel and get a reaction to that specific thing over there on my VOD channel. It's really good if you want to find certain bits of information about it. So BB Jess went and tweeted out, seeing so many people I adore raving about KCIP, and I feel like I'm missing something. Maybe I don't stream enough hours over there. I feel like it's important to say, though, it is a game changer to get paid a little extra to stream. It alone would not pay my bills. And again, we're going to break this down a little bit. Are some people getting a better cut? Question mark. I need to level up my content, I guess. And then she goes to continue on saying here, before I go to bed, I am grateful for the KCIP. I'm just saying my job would be impossible without the generosity of my subscribers on multiple platforms. It's a huge bonus to have this, but as always, I personally think it's best to make sure you're financially stable before quitting any day jobs to pursue a career in an industry as unpredictable as this, which is very true. It is very true. let's go ahead and just break this down here before we get into the main focus of our discussion today. What is a VOD? It's just like a unedited video of a section of the stream. Yo, thank you for the follows, by the way. Appreciate it. Thank you. So let's go break this down a little bit. So seeing so many people I adore raving about KCIP, and I feel like I'm missing something. So that's quite interesting to start out with here right off the bat, but perfectly fine. And then goes on to say, maybe I don't stream enough hours over there. Now, BB Jess does very high energy content, very lot of work content. You know, she's got the controller there that she's flipping through 7 different cameras or something like that. Crazy, right? Crazy. It requires a lot of energy, right? It's not something that, I mean, maybe, but it's not really something that I should be able to do, you know, 8+ hours a day every single day, right? 5 days a week or 7 days a week, whatever. I don't think it's really something. Maybe she could do it. I don't really know, but I don't think it's really something. It's more of like, you know, boom, planned out, do 4 or 5 hours, 3-4 hours, something like that of it, you know, and go from there. And she does great. She does great with it. Amazing on all platforms as well. So maybe I don't stream enough hours over there. That's quite interesting. I feel it's important to say, though, that it is a game changer to get paid a little extra to stream, which I will agree, but more on that in a little bit. It alone would not pay my bills. Now, this here, again, I mean, obviously, we don't know how much every single person is making off of this. We don't know how much she's making, whatever. And it's, to be honest with you, it's not really our crazy business to really know, but then again, some people just don't care and they'll post about it anyways, which is perfectly fine. But it alone would not pay my bills. This year, again, I don't really know their situation or whatever. I do think it depends on, you know, spending habits and stuff like that too. But again, everybody's different and everybody's their own person. Everybody's got their own thing. That's just what it is. There's no fault against anybody here, right? It just depends on who you are as a person, right? Are some people getting a better cut? I need to level up my content, I guess. Okay. And then it goes on to say, I'm grateful for the KCIP, which, I mean, obviously I'm going to say I'm grateful for as well. Would I be able to qualify for it if I didn't get in early? Definitely not. Definitely not. There's probably no way I'd be able to get into it. But I'm definitely grateful that I am into it and I'm able to help provide content over, you know, X amount of time I've been here. You know, so I'm satisfied with that, right? Do I agree with everything that happens and all that stuff? No, of course not. Of course not. But I talk about that on my stream. I'm just saying my job would be impossible without the generosity of my subscribers on multiple platforms. So basically saying that the creator incentive program doesn't make up enough for her to be able to just not rely on subscribers a bit. So yeah, and then of course, it's a huge bonus to have this, but make sure you're financially stable before quitting any day job. Don't do what I did. But then again, I took a risk because I have the chance to take that risk. Too many molds being put on things due to the KCIP stuff, and it's not working out clearly. Hopefully a miracle happens soon. Can you explain that a little bit more, Bangleaf, what you mean by that? Too many molds being put on things due to this KCIP thing. It's not working out clearly. Hopefully a miracle happens soon. Yeah, can you explain a bit more, like break down what you mean exactly by that? It's not even about the hours, it's about the content cultivation and the audience. But it depends on it's I don't know. We'll talk about it because we got a post here that does talk about a bit of the rate and stuff like that. It's based on your viewership / engagement as far as payout is concerned. So from my understanding, the income from the program is based on, I mean, a lot of factors, like a lot of variables, okay, supposedly. But we don't know about the weighted average per variable, right? We don't know how much percentage viewer count makes. We don't know how much percentage I don't know, chatting makes, unique chatters, followers. We don't know how much that makes, you know. And I don't know if we're gonna ever be told. I think, you know, it would be amazing to be told. But what I will say, based off of my experience being on the program for a little while now, through the dashboard, anyways, the viewer count does matter a lot. Viewer count is definitely the majority, I would say, from my experience. You know, hi, first time viewer here. Yo, Legacy Smite, welcome into the stream. I hope you enjoy. Uh, sorry. It's not supposed to, but it's an incentive to stream and keep your normal hours up. Right. Right. Content, and visual excitement to keep eyeballs glued. Yeah, let me just throw some TikTok up in the corner, maybe. But anyways, so we have this post here, but from this post stems a whole lot of other things, and one thing in particular. So we got Steffi Evans. It's going to be life-changing to some, allows you to earn a wage, which encourages you to stream a bit more consistently, and definitely going to leave you wanting to grow more and expand your content. Okay. I don't think I'm making what everyone else is making. Maybe I really just need to stream much longer hours, which is another thing, right? Which is another thing, because I mean, obviously how long you stream for seems to get accounted for. It's a little bit weird. I've kept an eye on obviously my income from the program over the past who knows how long, and it's like I can't. The idea here is not for you to understand it, but you should at least be able to get like a rough idea, right? I'll have like a really good stream and I'm like, hey, this is like a really, really good stream. And then like all of a sudden, I'm like, wait a minute, this stream here that I did technically worse on is very similar to the one I did really good on. It's really weird. I can't figure it out. But like I said, you're not really supposed to figure it out, but just doesn't. There's some things sometimes that doesn't make sense. Yo, Chavez, I appreciate it, brother. I appreciate it, dude. Thank you. Thank you. Fernandez, thank you for the follow. Friends, family, gaming, thank you for the follow as well. I appreciate it. My sub anniversary was yesterday and I missed it. Yeah, you did. You did. Thank you very much, Legacy Mike, for the 14-month resub, brother, man. I appreciate it, dude. Thank you. Thank you. Even though it says you're a 17-month sub, thank you for the 14-month resub yesterday, brother, man. I appreciate it, dude. Thank you. My sub went away. Yeah, Lou lost his sub. Yep. I see it like this. It's supplementing part of what would be ad revenue, say Twitch, and another part that would be bits. Though I heard Kicks may be a currency on Kick eventually, and that is correct. Kicks is supposed to be a bits like, Kick alternative, right? So a similar way that bits work on Twitch, Kick would have Kicks, right, where you could gift out to communities or whatever, right? That is the goal. Now, we heard about Kicks a long time ago. Last time I knew, there was like some legal issues they had to try to figure out and stuff like that. Not to mention, again, development. I mean, yeah, Legacy Mike has a 17-month resub, which is completely impossible to even have. And, things like that's just not fixed. So the Kicks, who knows when that's going to come? PayPal has been silent for years by now, but that's exaggeration, but you know what I mean? So yeah, but basically the creator incentive program, at least for me, is a very good alternative to ad revenue. In fact, I think in some cases it might make more than ad revenue. But yeah, it's sort of a alternative to it, a supplement, even though there's no ads on Kick right now, So let's take a look here. Whittle Bears responded saying, game changing for extra money for sure, not something I would rely on solely. I've only done a few hours on it. I thought it was cool from what I saw and compared it average minimum wage. Now, I don't remember where Whittle Bears is located ish, but US average minimum wage, would that give me something? $11.80. No, that was in 2019. I don't know. What's the average like minimum wage right now? What's the average minimum wage right now? Anybody know? 15 $15 an hour. Interesting. Okay. 18 in NYC. 18 in New York City. What? It's trash, like 13, 14. From usual, what I see, it's kind of like 12 to 14 ish, right? 12 to 14 ish. I know when I was working at a sugar house in the woods, um, the minimum wage was like, 12, 13 ish or so. So around $11 in Michigan. So we'll say a range between like 10 to $15. Yeah. We agree on that, like 10 to $15 ish. Okay. But regardless, um, so she says, I thought it was cool from what I saw and compared it to average minimum wage, and ultimately, I mean, if we look at Whittlebear's stats, I mean, they're insane. Whittlebear's does, I mean, really, really, hello, type Whittlebear's. Whittlebear's does insanely good. I mean, it's very, very, very good. So according to, again, Stream Charts here, 248 average viewers ish, right? 248 average viewers ish. According to this, anyways, right? Really good. I mean, Whittlebear's stats are. I mean, she's really good, really, really good streamer, right? But 3 hours here, hour and a half there, and compares it to minimum wage. Okay. Whoops. Hang on. Where is it? Right here. Okay, so interesting. Just keep that in mind a little bit. Just keep that in mind. And again, these people that I'm pulling up here, again, no shade. I just using what I got given here. Okay, so there's no shade towards anybody. All right. If she streamed 8 hours a day, it would be better than minimum wage. I think it would be probably a lot better than minimum wage. But again, we'll talk about it. We demand 100K a week. WTF, Eddie? Yeah, okay. When I was in high school, minimum wage was about $7. If Kicks ended up being peer-to-peer transfer system, it'd be pretty cool. You could earn or receive them in an account on here and then go and bless someone else you host. Exactly. That was their idea behind Kicks. But again, there's some legal issues with different countries and stuff like that they got to try to figure out. So, yeah. Minimum wage based on average viewers. That actual federal average is $7.50. Yeah, the federal average, yeah, but then like states or whatever just got different. But yeah. Now, let's see. What was the response to here? But you got to understand it will help people a lot who don't get 20 plus subs a day. Lol, most people with the KCIP already average over 5K a month. Bro, I wish. I've been grinding full-time streaming for a year now, making way less than that in 1 month. So the KCIP would definitely change my life. Interesting. Now, there's a bunch of other posts here, comments, but there's one comment in particular here that has gained a lot of traction that we've been talking about here and looking over. And that's Laura the Explorer. She responded to this tweet saying, "It's nice to make a little extra, but it's not going to sustain your life. You'd have to be streaming like 100 hours a week. Mine equates honestly to about $10 per hour." Okay. It's a cool thing and an innovative thing for Kick to be doing, but I definitely feel like some creators are just not being honest about it. That, or they are getting a better cut, I'm unsure. Just wanted to be transparent about what I'm making. No reason to hide it. I stream 3 to 3.5 hours and make about $22 to $28 per stream. Now, before we continue on to the responses here that break this down a little bit more, let's go ahead and just go look at the stats. I know she says 3 to 3.5 hours, but I don't know like how many days a week that is. I don't really. How do you spell it, Laura? Will this work? How do you spell it? Am I stupid? Laura the Explorer. Explorer. Hello? Oh my God. Wait, explore. I can't spell. Sorry. I can't spell. Where is.
What a joke.
Where's the. Bro, why can't I
What a
look at the
joke,
stats, man?
man.
Where's the stats? Where is it? Hang on. Let me just. Okay, let me copy this and then go here. Oh my God, I can't type. I cannot spell. Hello? No, you spelled it wrong too. What? Hang on. I will. Okay, there it is. I will get the exact one here. There we go. Okay, there we go. That is exactly it. Come on, stream charts. There we go, right there. Okay, cool. All right, let me see. Let's just look here. I know she said 3.5 hours a week. Just taking a look. Yeah, 3.5. The 9th of March, 4th, 3, 22nd, 18th, February 17th. Okay, so I don't think she's on a schedule. Yeah, it doesn't look like she's on a schedule. Okay. It doesn't really look like she's on a schedule or anything. Okay, that's fine. And 100 average viewers or so throughout these streams, 3 to 3.5 hours, very consistently. Major props. So yeah, so interesting. And then based on that, honestly, about $10 per hour and about 3 to 3.5 hours, and make about $22 to $28 per stream with 100 average viewers. Interesting. Okay. But then goes on to say, keep in mind that is before taxes, of course. I'd also like to add, it is awesome to get something for your time spent streaming. On the days where you get no subs or are having a tough month, it helps you push through knowing you aren't getting $0 for your time and effort, which is true. That being said, it is not worth viewbotting, of course not, or stepping on each other's throats over. Not worth stressing yourself TF out every single day. Basically meaning, like, if you're like, really grinding for it, really stressing yourself out to try to get to the program, just kind of saying like, don't do that. Don't really do that. That's kind of what she's referencing here, I believe. Maybe I'm wrong. Hopefully I'm not wrong. But if I'm wrong, then please correct me. Or quitting your day job over, if you have a job besides this, that is. Just be nice to each other, help each other out, and don't throw your fellow streamers under the bus to get into this program. Exactly, right? Don't use other people to take advantage of to try to get into the program and stuff like that. Yo, thank you for the follows, by the way. I appreciate it. Thank you. Am I missing something? The KCIP is not meant to replace anything. It's on top of everything / anything you make. Exactly, right. So go see your average viewership and you'll get a very rough idea. So, right, so this is what's interesting, right? We have the only real like two sort of examples here that we have a little bit is pretty much Whittlebears and Laura the Explorer. Whittlebears streams like once or twice a month, maybe something like that, to 200 to 300 average viewers or so, and compares it to about minimum wage. And she streams, what was it, 4 hours, 3 to 4 hours, something like that. And then Laura the Explorer does about 3.5 hours to about 100 average viewers, maybe 7 to 10 days a month, maybe, right? We'll say that, maybe 7 to 10 days a month or so. March, March just started. So February, there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days a month, which again, I'm not saying that's bad. That's still great. That's still amazing. So we're just kind of like getting a rough idea here. Again, so she equates to about $10 per hour. We discussed minimum wages between $10 to like $15 an hour, ish. So if Whittlebear's comparing it to minimum wage, again, I think I don't know. What's your thoughts on this? Right? What's your thoughts on this? We would kind of like somebody who streams 8 hours a day will probably come out with their information. I mean, I probably like, yeah, I don't know. Like yeah. Like I probably could or whatever, but like, cost of living is cheaper in those parts. That's why. I swear they said in Kicks, the viewer could be making money. Yeah, technically you could. I wonder, people commenting only streaming and not doing other ways of growth like TikTok and YouTube. It used to be lol. I live in one of those states. Our cost of living isn't low anymore. Not for the wages paid. They said you could transfer it between users. So like I could send Kicks to you even though you're not streaming. Correct. That was like the original goal, basically. I see this like a professional community, like a writers guild, for example. You support each other, and then you can bring similar communities together. If you don't like each other, just stay away from each other, lol. Okay. Most people in the KCIP still have a full-time job. Streaming isn't their only thing, which is true. There's a majority of people whose streaming is not their full-time job. That's true. It's a passion and a hobby. It's a dream to work towards financial independence from a company and make your own hours. But it takes a lot of time to build that and get there. Most people will never get there. Okay. These people already spoiled. Get a streamer with 10 viewers who'd be crying over this money and put 10 hours streams a week, 100 hours streams a week easily. Right, but that's the thing though. That's the thing. This program is not an hourly rate, right? This program is not an hourly rate. It is based per stream, right? It is based per live stream is the main thing here. Okay? So the thing is that the question is, could somebody be making $10 per hour if they have, 1/10? Okay, so 1/10 of Laura's viewership would be 10 viewers or so. If they streamed more hours, could that make up for it and make them at the $10 per hour rough mark? Again, the $10 per hour is just like it's a rough thing. It's a very rough thing because again, it changes. And I will say, based on my stats, it 1000% changes. Okay. So Yuppy, if it's an average viewership, how come you said if she streamed for longer hours, she would make more than minimum wage? Yeah, right. It's not at an hourly rate. So, but if let's say you stream for 3 hours and make $1 an hour, if you stream 8 hours, you make more than $1 an hour. So from what I've experienced with the program so far, how long you stream for gets put into the calculation a little bit from my understanding, from what I've experienced. Again, I typically live stream 8 hours a day, Monday through Friday, starting at 9 a.m. EST to 5 p.m. EST. That's my typical streaming hours. If I cut it short a little bit, I do see a bit of a influx, right? I do see a bit of an influx for sure. But so that's why I say if they did stream longer, they would probably make more, but I don't know. I don't know like how much more, right? I don't really, again, there's a bunch of numbers that it doesn't make sense. The way I see it is this: it seems like a lot of creators have, they pretty much are on their like own thing, right? Everybody's rates, but not really rates. Everybody's like calculations are like a little bit different compared to everybody else's. It seems like, which they kind of hinted at towards here because, BB just said, I don't think I'm making what everyone else is making. Maybe I really just need to stream much longer hours, but yet, we've heard from Andrew and stuff like that, oh, well, you could do shorter streams, but have higher viewer counts, right? So you could do like a 3 or 4 hour planned stream with a production or whatever with a higher viewer count. And it should technically be better than not, or than just doing a regular stream for a really long amount of hours. So I don't know. That kind of answers my question. Then that person would likely complain, saying they don't make a jack squat because viewership is too low. At the end of the day, I'll read the rest of that. But at the end of the day, people are going to complain no matter what. Okay, people are going to complain no matter what's here. They just will about whatever. And from what I've seen, the money is based on stream metrics such as viewership, clicks, or sustained hours watch, right? Okay, speaking as a full-time content creator who is not in the KCIP, I already make enough to pay my bills. The KCIP would just relieve some stress. I don't know why they're talking about it as a possible negative, as it won't pay their bills. So I don't think it's them talking about it as like a major negative, or whatever. I think they're trying to help spread awareness that you shouldn't really like quit your day job or whatever to just get into the creator incentive program, because there's a great chance it might not fully sustain an income for you monthly that you can live off of, right? I think that's kind of what they're referencing here a little bit, but obviously some people would like to make, a bit more money. So it's always that wondersome of, are some people getting a better cut, right? That's always a, okay, I just clicked that and I don't know what it was going to do. That's always that question here. And a couple other people have mentioned that as well, right? Because Laura says, but I definitely feel like some creators are just not being honest about it. That, or they are getting a better cut. I'm unsure. Right? Now, for me, what I'll say is, obviously I don't really want to, I don't really want to be the one that breaks the ice here about what I make. But what I will say is it's very similar along the lines of what they have mentioned here. Okay? But obviously, again, there's a bunch of variations there, right? There's a lot of variations there, right? Plus, not to mention, again, I stream 8 hours a day, Monday through Friday. Sometimes more, 13, 14 hours, sometimes, whenever. So yeah, my idea of streaming is to spend time with new friends and get a pass from wife because I get paid something. Gotcha. Yeah. Who streams and only relies on one revenue source? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know who that would be. Listen, I'm trying to get revenue sources elsewhere, man. I'm trying to work on it. Right now, my main income is from streaming. I'm trying to build out. I agree with that. I think some people want to be fiscally responsible to stream full time when it may be too early for them to make that to fully make that choice. It's a fluctuating industry. It doesn't come across as negative. They're just being honest about it so that people don't quit and think KCIP is going to save their life when they don't have viewership like XQC. I think another thing here too is I think another thing to mention here as well is something that I completely forgot about, but it was a great thing to mention. Yeah. It doesn't come across as negative, right? I think this comes across more as like curiosity, because obviously you have a lot of people, again, I mean, we've seen these posts all over the place right now on Twitter, people saying the creator incentive program is game changing, it's life changing, all this and that. And I think it really varies per person. But I will mention too, is it also depends on spending habits, right? How much money you typically spend. If you're somebody who gets, vastly influenced by, you're walking around the store somewhere, Walmart, and you see something that you don't need, but it looks cool, and you're like, what if I could use it? But in all reality, you use it one time and you never use it again. But hey, you bought it for $50 and there's $50 down the drain. It's those kind of like spending habits that changes people's influx, Yo. Yo. Brian.
Gator Kissman gifted 1 subscriptions to the channel.
Thank you, Brian. Yo, Gator, thank you so much for the gifted sub to Flaco, brother, man. I appreciate it, dude. Thank you so much for the gifted sub, brother, man. I appreciate it. You did not have to do that, but I appreciate it. 64 subs. I appreciate it, dude. Thank you so much. Thank you for the gifted sub, my man. I appreciate it, dude. Much love. You did not have to do that, but I very much appreciate it. Very much, dude. I thank you. Thank you. Start getting into Gamba sponsorships. Those really help for other revenue sources. Oh yeah, no, getting Gamba sponsorships. Oh yeah, they would help with revenue, but I don't really. The thing is that I would be fine knowing. Okay, hang on. Let's bring it back. Gator, thank you again for the gifted sub, brother, man. I appreciate it, dude. Thank you. I'm enjoying it. You're on my TV while I'm working, so I just got to show the love. Yo, I appreciate it, dude. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. No, don't sell your soul. Well, I haven't. I won't. I wouldn't get addicted or whatever. I have enough. I'm very very disciplined. But regardless. Okay, regardless. Um, what was I gonna say? Gamba sponsorships. So here's the thing. I would be fine. Okay. I would be fine if I knew like I had like this X amount per month as like the baseline, right? The way that the program works right now, obviously it's let's just say this. You have no idea of your potential income at the end of the month. Let's just say that, right? Per month basis, you don't really know because your viewership fluctuates, your activity fluctuates, your stream hours might fluctuate, be a little bit different here and there. So it's hard for you to really tell how much you would get per month roughly. Now, for me, I've been on the program for technically like a full month now, but it's kind of like scuffed because of like half of last month ish or something like that, and then like this or all of that. I don't know. My numbers are a little bit scuffed, so I don't even know right now fully like what like a regular month for me would turn out to be, right? This month, like let's just say this month, I'll say that I'm satisfied with it. I'm okay with it so far. The projected, what I came up with in my brain based on where we are in the month, I'm okay with it. But again, next month, I don't know. Next month is really like my big test here to really see. But obviously, again, things change all the time. You never know. You could have like a really bad month and just you're down in the gutters and you don't know. So it's also that bit of that worrisome of like if you are full time, you don't truly know a rough guess of how much you could make or what your like bare minimum that month would be, right? You don't really know. Now, could Kick at some point have like a statistics page that says, hey, based on your previous, couple of months or whatever, this month is seeming maybe around this range. Obviously, this isn't a guaranteed number. It depends on viewers and average stream time and all that. It depends on a lot of factors. But ultimately, maybe there's a possible way you could like give like a rough range, very rough range. I don't know. I don't know. Just get a real job. I've had real job. The moment I listen, man, when I got out of high school, I instantly went to a factory and was making pretty much as I could make where I live. There wasn't many other opportunities to really make a ton more. There wasn't really much opportunities to make a ton more. But the idea here is just to have fun with it, which is why I, took a bit of a risk to go with full-time streaming to see what could potentially happen, not due to the money, but because it's a lot more fun. And again, I can, help show people and teach stuff to people that they may have never seen before, right? I live stream making real maple syrup. Not really anybody's ever seen that live streamed. I do that, right? Going out on side-by-side rides, right? Like potentially we'll be doing that pretty soon too. Just doing that kind of stuff. I enjoyed a bit more, but it's just taking that risk. But not to mention, again, I have the capability to do that. Some people just don't, right? I believe Laura the Explorer is a mother. I don't know if one or two kids. I'm not quite sure. So obviously, she's not really able to stream, 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. I'm assuming she's got a full-time job too, or something like that. I don't really know fully your situation or whatever. I just know a little bit. So obviously, like I don't know. It's different. Everybody is different, right? Everybody is completely different, you know, for it. So yeah, sus. I like how when you delete a message and you reply to that message that's deleted, it still puts the message in the chat. That's nice. You just need some big sponsors. Yeah, some sponsors would be amazing. The legal age in PA is 21, so he ain't old enough here, but not all states are the same. Yeah, listen, I'll be 21 in a couple months. I could make 5K 1 month and then $200 the month after. Right. Exactly. You never know. So I think it's just interesting. I wanted to throw this out here a little bit. Um, I wanted to throw this out here a little bit because I thought it was interesting, you know, and as time goes on here, right? As time goes on here, I think we're going to see more and more posts that kind of talk about how much they're making and stuff. I think we're going to see it, right? We're going to see it more and more over time here. So, yeah, there's that.